All right, Peter, your favorite. It's Absolut Vodka, and it takes a different shape in its ads and becomes an absolute success. You remember the old ads featuring the curvy outline of the Absolut bottle along with a clever title. Well, the Swedish liquor company launched that campaign in 1980, but last year it broke the bottle and it introduced a new campaign in an absolute world. So far, the gamble has paid off with sales exceeding 1 million cases and market share rising among competitive spirits. So for today's edition of Brand X, we're joined by Absolut Brand Director Ian Crystal. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, everybody knows the iconic images where you would say Absolut and then whatever the word is, and the celebrities tied to them in those images. Why the decision to change that philosophy?
Well, I think over the last couple of years we saw sales start to flatten out. We saw a lot of competitive marketplace activity, and we decided to investigate what the cause of that was. And we did a ton of research. We did a lot of segmentation work trying to determine what the problem was. And we found that we had lost some of the relevance with the consumers. So even though they were still recognizing the ads and appreciating the ads for their creativity, they weren't buying the product. And so we undertook an exercise which basically resulted in the launch of the In an Absolut World campaign.
You know, it's interesting because, as I understand it, in terms of the advertising world and community, that was one of the longest campaigns in history, dating back to the early 1980s. But you switched to It's an Absolut World. Yes. What does that suggest, and who are you targeting with that new strategy?
Well, In an Absolut World is a very simple campaign. It's supposed to present a more ideal view of the world for everyone. And essentially, we asked the question, what if everything in the world were approached with the same ideals that Absolut approaches vodka? And who we target 21 to 29-year-olds. We target them with high income. We target people in metropolitan areas. And probably more importantly, we target their psychographic profile. We target people who like to go out, like to socialize, like to drink vodka. So those are all criteria which we look to target.
And as I understand, the new campaign is having some great success. Give me a sense now as to where you are in the competitive spirits market and how many cases you're selling, because this is translating.
We just reached 5 million cases, which is a huge, huge mark for a spirits company. There are very few brands out there in the United States that have achieved that volume. We're also seeing a lot of our brand measures, and those are probably almost as important, if not more, than case volume, because our brand measures, things like relevance, things like A Brand for Me, have all been going up since the campaign launch. In fact, we had one of the best years in history of Absolut Vodka last year in 2007, and we look forward to a continued success in 2008. And
I understand you have a special celebrity who you're signing up with something new.
Yeah, we just as part of the campaign, we launched a website called Visionaries Campaign. We actually launched it last night. And the Visionaries Campaign has celebrities and artists and creative collaborators present their view of what In an Absolut World looks like. And one of the big celebrities who we just signed was Kanye West. Kanye West is going to present his view of In an Absolut World. And we have a number of other celebrities that are going to be presenting their view of In an Absolut World, both online, offline, and in other forms.
Or anybody else you want to tell us about? You want to give us some... Kanye West, that was new. We didn't know. Yeah. You just told us the news. You want to give me any other details?
Well, Kanye West we announced a couple of weeks ago, but we are going to be announcing some further celebrities as we go on. As I said last night, we just launched it. So more to come and more creative collaborations from Absolut in the future.
All right, I'm thinking maybe a Money for Breakfast Absolut Vodka?
Maybe so. We'll have to customize it for you particularly.
Yeah, I mean, we made one ourselves. Check that out, Peter Barnes. Look, you like that?
Everyone's going to be
yeah, Peter's like an Absolut Vodka, and I have to admit, we might have to commandeer one of these for our executive producer, Brian Donlin. He's a good vodka drinker.
Which one would you like to commandeer?
I don't know if he's in the 21 to 29 demo, but you know.
He has a psychographic profile.
There you go. All right, Ian, it was a great pleasure seeing you. And when you announce those other celebrities, don't go anywhere. Don't sit down, please. Don't leave me yet. I want to talk about drinking. All right, we will be right back with much more Money for Breakfast. In just a half hour, we'll have the preview and the details of those GDP numbers. We'll be right back.